Another day, Sainers, another trade video, and another player that has nominated St Kilda as their club of choice. This time is another Carlton player. It's Jack Silvagni, the 27-year-old, 128 games for Carlton, has today expressed his desire to play for the red, white and black. We've offered him a 5-year deal. Collingwood and the Dogs were very keen on him as well. They offered him, I believe, 4 years. But today he has confirmed that he wants to play for St Kilda next season. So, bit of a mixed reception, as we expect. I'm going to try and filter through all of the noise. There's quite a few salty Carlton people on Twitter, so don't go there. So that's just going to be an interesting place to be. And right now you're thinking round 1, round 2 next year, it's going to be St Kilda Carlton, the Silvagni TDK match up against their old club. You can just see it already. But on the surface, I'm not like over the moon because I just want to see him put in the work next season. So I'm not going to jump the gun and say we just got an absolute superstar. But I do think he definitely makes us better. I think he offers us flexibility. I think he is better than what people are giving him credit for. I just think a lot of people focus on his injuries, the fact that he hasn't played a full season yet. I know that's a big thing because you're spending money on a player and you really want to keep them on the park. But at the same time, I don't want to focus too much on his time at Carlton because it has been a little shaky. Carlton as a football club have been shaky in recent years. Look at what's happening now. And they've kind of thrown him around until recently, until this year where he really did settle into the back line and he played his best football. I just saw a stat here, Fantasy Freako on Twitter. He said Jack Silvagni won 44.4% of his defensive 1v1 contests, the highest percentage of the top 50 in the AFL to defend a contest. His loss rate was 16.7%, equal to James Sicily, ranked equal 5th in the competition. So his defensive work is strong. His aerial work is strong. I've gone back and watched a bit of him, obviously, to prep for this video. And I think his decision-making out of the back half will complement what we've got. He doesn't seem to panic. He doesn't seem to hack the ball, at least not recently. I'm sure I'm going to get comments from Carlton supporters saying, yes, he does do that. But look, everyone, even Cal Wilkie does that. But for the most part, I think his composure will be perfect for us in the back half. And it just adds depth. I think it just adds depth. Perhaps that gives us the ability to play hammer forward. Gives us the ability to play Tyru forward. Like I said in my video earlier today, I think Ross likes players like that. But he's not short. He's 194 centimeters. So, that's the same size. That's the same height as Harry Himmelberg, Stephen May. I think that's on par with Josh Battle. And we've kind of been wanting to fill that hole. Obviously, we've tried it with Hammer. He's been more of a fullback as opposed to an interceptor. And then you've got Wilkie trying to pick up the pieces and tutor Tyru in the back half, right? So I think it's good to have experience in that capacity, over 120 games of AFL football. He's turning 28 in December. He's in his prime. And if we want to be jumping up the ladder in the next couple of years, you do need to be getting these experienced players in. As much as it is great to draft and play the youth and see what the future's all about, eventually the future has to be now. The future has to be on your doorstep. So this is quite an aggressive move. We've had to, I don't know the exact amount of money. Obviously, some people say 800, some people say 900. I'm not too sure. We'll see what happens when Carlton get their compensation pick and where that falls. But from what Cal Toomey has said, it's going to be end of first round. So I can't imagine that means we're paying him crazy money, but it is going to be overs for sure. I think that's just common knowledge for what we're doing. We will pay overs for a lot of players. That is the reality, but we can't discount the fact that his start of the season was really strong. Like back in June, the AFL wrote an article in terms of, sort of top defenders, top key defenders, and they ranked them They also ranked the top 5 rated key defenders in the competition at the time, out of the top 100 players in the competition, I think it was. Jack Silvagni came in at AFL rank 57. Kel Wilkie was AFL rank 75, putting Jack Silvagni at that moment in time the highest rated key defender by Champion Data, ahead of players like Sam De Koning, Sam Collins, and Darcy Moore. His form was that strong. The Raw wrote an article about him as well, saying that 2025, at the moment in time, this was, May, he was the most improved player in the AFL. And that's because he settled into a position. He gives away weight. Like he's not obviously the heavier defender going around, but I just don't see AFL football being played in that way. You look at some of the most successful teams. Collingwood, yes, they've got Darcy Moore, but really apart from that, they're fairly undersized at both ends, really, but they make do. They're playing in a qualifying final tomorrow night. And I think Hawthorn, Battle, and Barris, I don't see them as being enormous, but they've obviously got Sicily there. But again, Silvagni is the same height. So I don't think we can continually say we need this 200-centimetre monster to take on these guys. I think it's about the collective. It's about what we can do with all of them together as a whole. He complements what we've got and offers us an outlet depending on how the game's going and what we want to do. And it's a big name still. Like, regardless of what you think of him and his form, it's a big name to land. And that's only going to strengthen our pull in other key decisions that players that we want to get might make, and also the decisions that some players at St Kilda right now are going to make. So I'm pretty excited by it. I'm not going to live and die by this decision, to be honest. He is a free agent. We can't forget that. He doesn't cost us anything other than salary cap space that we have an influx of. We've already got plenty of space. It's not going to be the end of the world that we used it. I don't think that there was anyone else out there that wouldn't have cost picks. Like, Lika Lear is going to cost a pick, probably, but it's not going to be anything of note. And JSOS costs nothing. TDK costs nothing in terms of draft collateral, which I think gives us so much more leverage in other key decisions that we're going to have to make. Flanders is going to cost that. If we want Cam McKenzie, we're going to need picks. Lika Lear will need a pick, but like I said, it won't be anything of note. And whether there's any other, little deals that we want to be making, any other players we want to bring in, that is there. We're not putting it all on one player. We're kind of diversifying and picking and choosing where we want to go. But this does strengthen us. I think having an aerial player like him, a good decision maker, I can't imagine we're going to then turn him back into a swingman. But obviously only time will tell, but I think he will settle into the back half. So he's nominated us. The deal is done. It's a 5-year deal. Jack Silvagni is going to be a St Kilda player. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Are you excited by it? Are you nervous by it? Or are you just happy that we're getting players and we're going out and being aggressive in this market? Perfect time to do it, I think. We've done the draft. We've hit that. We may still do this season. Like I said, we're keeping picks for certain reasons. Maybe it is because we want to pick up some players in the first and second round of the draft anyway and complement bringing in an influx of experience, because we needed that to fill that gap in the team between that 25 and 29 age bracket, and he does that. I'm pretty excited by this. So let's wait and see what happens next season when he settles in. But for now, that is the news. Jack Silvagni is going to join his dad at St Kilda and join his, I was going to say ex-teammate, but now current teammate again, Tom De Koning. So interesting times ahead. More deals to happen, no doubt. More players to be linked to St Kilda, and hopefully more players to sign with St Kilda. So let me know in the comments, Sainers. Thank you very much. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your week. And as always, go you mighty Sainers. See you guys.